Warrior, welcome to day 10 of 29 days of the Anxiety Guy. Today we're discussing how spirituality plays a part in healing anxiety. Let's go.
Did we find it?
Let's go. Good morning, warriors. Today is the day that we become more than anxiety. What do you say? Today, what we're doing is we're discussing the transition from anxiety to healing to deeper levels of spirituality. And I love the topic of spirituality, and it doesn't get talked about enough in the healing journey, but today is a very good day to create some clarity, some insight as to what the heck might be going on internally with you lately because you're on this journey of recovery. So, important video, and the question comes from Amber Lole. Amber Lole. The question is, Dennis, how does spirituality play into overcoming anxiety? And let me tell you something. During my anxiety disorder, I basically did everything in my power to overcome anxiety. One of the things you don't want to do, just as a side note, is become a one-shot wonder. Okay, that's what I call these people, a one-shot wonder. If I go to church once and I pray, then everything's going to go away. Or if I do the meditation and, I feel like, ooh, that's what I need to do for everything to go away. Or I just need to go take one therapy session or one coaching session in the hopes of that one piece of advice that could put all of this away. You don't want to be a one-shot wonder. Healing is a lifelong journey. You're healing now. You may not need to do the exact same skill sets and the same habits, but you will constantly have to be doing things for you to maintain and improve your mental and emotional state. Very, very important. Now, let's understand, first of all, that anxiety is an opportunity to evolve. You may not recognize it right now, but you are, in fact, fulfilling this evolutionary process that we all must go through called evolving. Anxiety gives you that opportunity. Now, the first thing to consider when it comes to healing anxiety and moving towards a more spiritual place is it promotes curiosity and questioning. You'll notice that in the beginning of the journey, because you feel a bodily sensation or an intrusive thought shows up or someone tells you something, you get that feeling within you and you act on the feeling and you become the feeling, right? It literally becomes your personality. But as you go through the healing process of anxiety and open yourself up to more broad-minded perspectives, you find that you're becoming more curious. Curious as to how the heck did I develop this thing in the first place? Curious as to why do I react the same way all the time? Am I meeting needs that weren't met when I was a child? I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, right, I got sick unconsciously. I was getting sick all the time, injured, sick, because it was the only way to meet the need of love from my authority figures. Sometimes I needed it and I didn't receive it, or all the time I didn't receive it sometimes. So we do things at an unconscious level that we don't really recognize at a conscious level many, many times. So on this journey towards opening yourself up to spirituality, you become more curious and you begin questioning things a lot more than just reacting to them. It's a very interesting place to be. It leads to awakening to deeper reasons behind pain and discomfort. This was an interesting one for me because throughout my entire life, if I felt discomfort or if I felt pain of any sort, I said, that's bad, right? And I ran from it. I took a pill for it. I stuffed it aside. I distracted myself. Whatever it took in that moment to get myself out of what I would deem a negative situation. But on this path of healing anxiety and deeper spirituality, you tend to find that pain and discomfort and sensations, bodily sensations and intrusive thoughts, all have reasons behind them. Reasons that many times are related to things that are unresolved in a person's life. The body never makes a mistake, right? There are no accidents with the body. The body will let the conscious mind know if something is unresolved. And if the body, the organism, the system, recognizes something in the external world that reminds it of something that took place way back when during childhood. So let's understand that when you're on this journey, you start looking at pain and discomfort through different lenses, right? It's not all bad. It's signals, messages, and statements that I need to understand and clarify. Another thing on this journey is it helps us understand that healing means being better equipped to heal, but not happy 24/7. Sometimes during my sessions, I'll send out a questionnaire. And in that questionnaire, there's a question that says, what will you experience when you've healed? Like, when will you know that you have healed? And the response many times is, I will be happy all the time, right? I'm always going to experience happiness. My life will be full of joy. I don't want to burst your bubble, but the truth is that healing means that you are just better or much better equipped to deal with any internal or external challenges that show up in your life. It's not that the problems go away forever and for good. It's not that you are, happy, jumping up and down and you're totally playful all the time. That's not the way it works, okay? You're just much better equipped to deal with challenges, and therefore you find yourself more often within a neutral to pleasant emotional state, but with the idea that you can solve any internal or external problem better than how you used to solve it. Very important during this journey from healing anxiety to deeper spirituality. Another one is we open ourselves up to a new interpretation of God. I mean, the beliefs that I have now at this point in my life are completely different than what I was told to believe when I was younger. Many times we don't like questioning what we were told to believe when we were a lot younger, and I'm of course never going to tell you what to believe, but I will tell you that when you can open yourself up to new interpretations of God, source energy, you start to move from an egotistical, fearful place to a more loving place and listening to your soul rather than listening to your ego. This is a very interesting and deep transformation that's going on here. So keep yourself open to new ideas and allow healing to come to you as you're doing the inner work. Don't chase healing. And the last thing to make note of is we question our constant desire for excitement, fun, and happiness. A lot of people out there, when they're in the anxiety world, or many times in previous years, something gets them jolted or excited. Ooh, that basketball game or that soccer game coming up this weekend. So all they can think of is this fulfilling moment that's going to show up on the weekend, 5-6 days later. And so your entire life experience in those 5-6 days are a blur. They're blurry, right? You're not in the present moment. You're thinking about the big game. So let's not live for the weekend. Let's not live for some kind of event that's going to show up, or a bigger house or a nicer car or more money or whatever it is. Let's question our constant desires for more and more excitement. Because let me tell you something, inner peace, deep levels of spirituality, and a place where you are more in touch with source energy and nature is that neutral place where you're not looking for the next thing to worry over or looking for the next thing that's going to excite you or better your life in some way. Warrior, comment below. I want to know what you got from this video. And if you have any other questions on my newest program, The Inner Circle, head on over to this website right here. Remember that you are more than anxiety, and also remember that everything is. I'll leave you with that. See you in the next video.